fuck is that? Oof, that is creepy as fuck. Alright. So yes, every time you hallucinate, the game saves, so we're gonna try to manipulate that and see if we can beat the ending. Ah, Aaron, is that you? You're back?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay. Very good. We're in the hallucination. We just saw the creature that says you only have one chance, so... You know what? Let me move this down because... I want to put the pill and the other thing first. Dude, there's so much going on, like, you just panic, man. I'm gonna try not to panic this time. And you never know which way you're supposed to go, because look how dark this shit is, dude. How is that fair? Now it becomes a game of follow the stones. Like, the stones tell you where to go, but they only tell you if you take the right path. Like you have, like, see, that's the wrong way. I know it is, because I'm supposed to go down. See, there's the stone right there. But, like, if you keep going up, you might be waiting on a stone and never see it. You know? Like, nope, that's the wrong way, because there's no stone there. But there's no stone here either, so this might be the wrong way. I think I've taken the wrong path, see? I took the wrong path, didn't I? I'm lost. Oh shit, these are bad guys, aren't they? Talking about, did you get lost, poor fella? Fuck you. See what I mean? Nope, I don't see a shiny there. So, like, you're running full speed trying to get to where you're going. And then... See, you have to, like, play claw so you can do the far look and run at the same time, see? Oh, shit. Because you have to hold B to run and then R2 to look far and shine the light so you can see shinies farther away. And it's a very awkward thing to do. Especially when you're in a fucking actual panic. Put this at the bottom, that way it doesn't get in the way. So what I did is I took the bandage early, before I got damaged, because it heals you even if you're full health. It, you know, it has a timer of how much it does healing, just in case I needed to, you know, if in case I got hurt, I could still be healed. See, so this is fucking useless. Drop that shit. That's a, you know. There's the fucking radio. And then the whole fucking house is damn dark. Then they do a banshee sound even though there's no banshees nearby. I don't know why they... See, and then the heartbeat kicks in, and then you hear the soundtrack, and it gets you amped. And I'm talking a lot because now I'm nervous as fuck. And then you hear that shit, and you want to fucking... Don't panic. Just be calm. They're breaking the shit already. See, I'm gonna take the bandage. See how my arm is bloody? Wrap it up, right? Right? Oh! See, I got hit already, but I'm gonna heal that. I'm gonna heal that back. Jump the window quickly. It's so loud. Down and... No, this way. This way. I remember. And then to the right. Let me... Hit the door. Quickly! Hit the fucking door! Okay. That's done. Right? And now... I get a second rag, which is nice, so I get more healing. Which I'm not going to put on now. I'm going to put it on. Put the flashlight in the middle. I'm going to do it later. When I start to hear the floor gore coming. That way I can heal through that. And if I really start to die... There's the first shiny right there, I think. Yep, that's a shiny. Okay, good. Up or down? I think you go up. No, you go down. Through the blood. I'm gonna put the bandit on now. There's the shiny. Okay, very good. There's one. Just stay calm. Just stay calm. Don't let it get in your head. It's trying to get in your head. Don't let it get in your head. Left or right? Left or right? Left or right? Right! I see the shiny right there. See how far down they put it? Like to fuck with you. Left or right? Left or right? Okay, this way. This way. That way. Right. Okay, left or right? Right. Just breathe. Just breathe. Okay, we're back at the mouth. We can't let it kill us. That's the only thing. Just don't fucking panic, kid. It says, come to me, all that shit, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it just closed. Get next to it. Right? Just run straight through. See? That's all I had to do. Keep running. Open the door. Quickly. And dig the rubble. I need a shovel. There's one right there. Dig the rubble quickly. Just do it. 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 Open the door. And that's it, dude. Hallucination's over. All I had to do was just kind of stay calm, you know? Not panic so damn much. See, the door just opens, but like in the real world, we didn't go anywhere. But I guess since it's all a dream, it doesn't matter anyway. Oh, that's not the right way. Another mouth hole shit? God, it's dark in here too. Like... The armor door 21, right? We're heading down. Is this it? Like a ladder? Or stairs or something? I don't know, it's just the ambience. It just gets in your head, you know? You're scared to fail. You don't want to fail it. But we're good. Oven. Right? Light the oven. Not that it serves much purpose. This oven is lit again. Well, this hideout is well fucked, right? See that? Look at that. How bad that is. Try and survive in there, I dare you. You can't do it. Oh, I need to read you another note first, right? There was a journal from, this was in a crate. I failed to read this. It says, you know, it just gives a time and it goes, 2 people came in the tunnel from the hideout near the village 3C. They were attacked, right? And it goes, the hideout near the village 3C has been compromised. At least 12 locals have entered the hideout cellar. Mostly mud-covered savages. 3 among them were wearing unusual clothing, weird rags. That's the 3, right? Those 3. We lost 1 man. I'm assuming that's us. But we didn't get lost. The 3, like, kidnapped. The door to the tunnels had been shut. None of the locals managed to break through further. We're getting ready for evac. Then it says, evac successful. The doors were locked with a code. We're going home, right? Now we found this note. It says, the roots have made it impossible to dig further. Specialist tools will be needed if we are going to go deeper. Observation. The roots of individual trees intertwine to create bundles, braids, with the thickness of 120 centimeters. The ones we analyzed always grow towards the northeast. Taking into account the results from the dig sites from the other regions, we can assume that the bundles come together in Sector 0. We have accumulated about 5 liters of the substance that flows through the roots. As expected, it has lost its shape-shifting abilities after being disconnected from the root. From the stream to be exact. So that colorless goo that goes through the roots has shape-shifting properties. We just learned that. But we know that because everyone we met has been transforming into... My controller just died. Into hideous beasts, so we pretty much knew that shit could change your body. Anyway. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's, we're exploring, and we come across... See how the trees are all braided together? Here's like a cart, you know? Okay. Alright, so... This is important. Watch this. Scarecrow. Examine. Right? That looks like the trader's helmet, right? And I can prove it to you. Watch. I'll exit there. We'll go in the journal. We'll go to items. We'll go back. Past the meat grinder. Past the basket. Past the electronic game. Past the bullet. Head. See? This was the head of the trader. He was also a military friend. It says that we recognized him, right? He's got the mushroom growth. See how the shape of the helmet? It comes in a dome. Got a big circular visor, and it's got little kind of like ovular shapes for where your ears would go, right? Now let's look at the Scarecrow. It's the exact same helmet. So what happened was, when we were attacked, the 3, I guess, we went mad. We were getting overwhelmed. I guess the 3 took us, or maybe we did it and don't remember. Took off our uniform, our soldier uniform, so our glove, our shirt, our belt apparently, and the helmet. Threw it onto this Scarecrow. But in return, we took the Scarecrow's leather jacket and hat, and that's why we're wearing a Scarecrow's outfit. Right? We took the scarf, you know, the red bandana hat, the straw hat, and we took the leather jacket. And I can prove it to you. Because if you go back in the first journal, it says I don't remember anything since the attack on our camp. Somehow I'm wearing a coat. I must have changed my clothes on my way here. I don't recognize myself anymore. I can barely hold this pencil. Has my body changed? I no longer feel hunger or thirst. What has happened to me? See, so these are all things you don't get if you burn the tree. If you burn the tree, you'll never see any of this. Now there's bodies, see that? Bodies on the trees. We found some generic pills, you know, supplies that the soldiers probably had on them. We'll take these. Increase our stamina so we can run a little bit further. Blood-stained rope. It says, a ragged rope with traces of dried blood and pieces of hazard suit glued to it. So I'm assuming you see a body here, right? Body 1. Body 2. There's no body here. But if you remember how our face looked, it was all liney. There was lines on our face, like we had been lashed or, you know, pressed against something hard, or something had been depressing our skin. So I believe that we were tied to this tree. Ropes were all around our body, all around our face, digging into our skin, and we hang there for a while. We broke free, went west, grabbed the Scarecrow uniform, went through the tunnel, and got lost in the forest. See, here's a boot. Protective boot, see? Rubber boot from the hazard suit. It's our boot. And now we're gonna come onto something here, see? Pieces of log that have been cut and labeled 1, 2, 3, you know, with that. A corpse with an assault rifle. a shortwave radio, damaged handheld radio, a military flashlight, so this guy was in the military, obviously, which means only one thing, he was part of our team. And if you look, he's wearing the exact same suit as the trader, big, heavy, thick green coat with lots of pockets, right? And you can see the helmet right here, lying next to his face, next to his right leg. We find a jar with a sample. It says P21, so this is from through the door 21. This is probably a sample from the 21 sector. This is probably what we were sent here to collect. Here's a savage's body. We killed a couple of them, but see, he's got rope on him because they were going to bind us to the trees so that we could feed the trees. Right, we're going to come around the facility right now. See, all our shovel, right? Because we were doing a lot of digging, right? Here's equipment attached to the trees. Wardrobe with some rags, you know, basic stuff. The oven. It says a destroyed oven. The jar with the protective substance lies shattered on the ground, so that the people, you know, those natives, those villagers, they don't like that substance, so they came in, they broke that. Just some more stuff. And a note about the wall of trees. It says, the structure resembles a honeycomb. The surface of a particular cells varies from 80 to as many as 300 square kilometers. The cells gradually divide into smaller ones. It can be assumed that with time, the forest will achieve a homogeneous form, meaning that everything inside the forest will look identical. With whichever way you slice it, it'll be symmetrical and, you know, it'll all look the same. The trees grow with remarkable regularity, forming walls with the average thickness of 50 meters. The distance between the trunks are never higher than 10 centimeters. So if you're like, there's no way you're going to be 10 centimeters wide. You could never escape. According to the preliminary analysis, only 15% of the total volume consists of actual trees, although this figure is hard to verify. So, not all the trees are trees, apparently. Only 15% of the volume is trees, which is interesting. They just formed that barrier to the outside, you know? 50 meters wide. So even if you were to climb to the top, you'd never be able to climb across 50 meters of straight tree or canopy. You'd never make it. And you'd never squeeze through. See? They dug up these big braids in the road. See, here's another savage. Carrying stones, yeah, like they often do. They threw stone. We got a lot of stones thrown at us during this game. We'll remove this blockade. And out through here we will see the road home. If we come this way, we find the three. The three are staring at the tree. They pay no attention to me. Talking tree. See? You didn't burn him, so his enormous roots still block the path back. Bitches. Just had to cap those fools really quickly. torches and a sign that reads, the crossed out sign reads, Darkwood. The road home. This one looks like a little bit more like how the savages look, and you know, they're starting to like, see this one has like those horns that they wear, the horns made of twigs and stuff. This is probably one of our military vehicles that we, you know, used to escape. This sign says 25 kilometers to the nearest town. That's a long walk. We're almost there. You can hear him walking in the epilogue. Okay. And there it is, the last of the trees. There's the power pylon. Civilization. And now you can see how big the cone of vision they give you really is. That 90 degrees is so big, you know? Because now you have space to look at an environment that's, you know, and you can see how the depth of field works with the buildings. See how it kind of shifts as you look. And look how this building's wall is coming very close to our face right now. You scared the birds away, and they're gone. Who's going to eat the bread now? Good day. Good day to you. Let's grab our mail. A postcard from my parents. I'll read it later. This is my staircase. Of course it is. Pleased to see you, mister. Haven't seen you in a while. that, we enter our
So
flat.
what's in the basement?
The basement? Just noises and ambiance. And the radio. The radio that plays subtle ambience that you've heard throughout the game. Screaming savages, the static from the radio tower, all that jazz. It's my wardrobe. Let's take off our coat. And our hat. Our wife left us a note. She's made us some soup. We're gonna turn on the stove, as before. We're gonna cook. Have our Lipton soup with that cilantro on top. Very good. Let's just wash up real quick. And we're extremely tired. Let's just come in here. Say hello to our dog, Sirik. Goodbye. And let's find our key. Bedroom key. It's my bed. The white crumpled sheets look as if I've just woken up at last. I feel my sore legs buckling beneath me, my body becoming heavy and almost overwhelmingly lethargic. It was a grueling journey, 30 days of human torment, 1 full month. Go to sleep or leave. If you look, that crumpled sheet almost looks like a screaming person, kind of like how the being looks, 2 eyes and a downward mouth. And you can see it again. And if you look closely, the bed is shifting ever so slightly. Very dismaying. Go to sleep. A sedating warmth washes over me, a warmth of security and happiness, the same words used when we were touching the being. Security and happiness. With this, we will sleep and die without ever knowing that we never moved from the spot in the woods that we should never have entered. We kick off our boots, curl up into a ball, and grab the sheet. And so ends the Scarecrow's life. Again. The rustle of the woods stretching away to the horizon kept the stranger awake for a long time. Eventually, fatigue washed over him, and the man fell into a deep, much-desired dream. The road he followed to get home was devoured by the talking tree. This way, the last exit from the woods was sealed, closing the remaining inhabitants inside. The wolf made a triumphant return to his hideout, his ego growing even bigger as he basked in the glow of his loot. However, the sweetness of victory was not able to satisfy his single deepest desire. That's because we didn't go kill him in this instance. We did kill him in the future, but that was a couple days from now. When the stranger killed the only sow in the village, its inhabitants, afraid of another specter of starvation, broke through one of the forest walls. However, on the other side, they found a flooded, infertile land. Sick, devoid of hope, and extremely weak, they scattered around the forest, finally becoming one with it. Before the villagers left their homes in search of food, they rushed into the hut of the woman living with the chickens to reinvigorate themselves before the journey. They did not satisfy their hunger completely, but nevertheless they left quite content. The chicken lady, deprived of the company of her beloved chickens, was filled with excruciating despair and burning hatred towards the villagers, stayed in the abandoned village and continued tending to her sister. However, her determination was not met with appreciation. After many weeks of fighting off starvation, the chicken lady died, thus becoming her beloved sister's final meal. So her fat, deformed sister ate her ass up. But all her chickens were eaten by the villagers. And since the wolf died with half our shit on him, he was, since we didn't kill him, and he took half our shit, he was extremely happy. The boy with the violin buried his parents and returned to the silo. He threw away his gramophone and violin. He started to listen to the sound of the forest, which calmed his scattered thoughts. One day, he left his home and went towards the trees, following his mother's voice. We really fucked that kid over. Piotrek rose above the treetops in his rocket made of scrap. He smiled as, peeking through the small plastic window of his spaceship, he saw the Milky Way stars moving away at a huge speed. We didn't find his crash either. The woman living with her 2 children in the barricaded cottage at the swamp looked out for her missing son for many days. One day, she heard a voice coming from the forest depths. Eventually, her longing for the child won over her fear of trees. The woman closed the other children in the house with food and provisions for a couple of days, and set out into the woods, listening for distant calls. Since we didn't find her son in this particular instance, she went looking for her son on her own. Sad. The missing son of the elephants moved into the mushroom-infested hut. The old lady owned the place, finally remembered her previous incarnation when observing the boy playing in the corner of the room. For a short moment, even she felt like a human being when the boy put down his charcoal and paper to sit down on her knees. The crippled old man descended into madness, unable to free himself from the moaning tree whose roots completely devoured the flooded village. The inhabitant of the hut at the junkyard went into the woods, following distant whispers. When he was close to his destination, he got stuck between giant tree roots. Soon, hungry birds started to gather on his enormous body. Feeling his impending death, he started desperately trying to free himself from the roots that clutched him. Weakened after a long trip, he failed to fight them off and fell face down into the mud. Moments before death, he saw a reflection in a pool, a huge snail head. He thought that he's never had such a strange dream, and he wished to wake up. Remember, the snail didn't believe that he was a snail, he thought he was human. But moments before his death, he saw his ugly fucking reflection and wished for a better dream. And thus ends Darkwood. Like I said, there are many endings depending on what we do. You know, didn't kill the wolf, so that changed all the outcomes. You know, didn't find the sun, it changed a lot. But it's a very good game. I suggest that you guys play it for yourselves and try different things and see what script you get at the end. It's very unique. The talking tree, man. Oof. think with that, I will conclude the broadcast.